What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So here's a long overdue update on our E46 race car that it's kind of been put on standby, but we actually started making progress on the build. So let me show you around what we have accomplished so far. Now at first glance you see we have the main structure of the cage inside the car. It's all tacked in. You see the roof line, the side loops, the windshield bar, along with the dash bar, all tacked in, ready for its I guess final welding. If what you might notice is the actual cage is actually sitting quite low off the roof line. Now the reason for that is actually sitting on the floor, as you see here inside the car. Now the reason for that is because anytime you, or most of the time when you're building this type of cage within a vehicle, and if you want to accomplish 360 welds on top of the cage, you need to build what's called a step box or chassis legs, as you see right there, which what those serve, what the purpose of them is that the actual cage actually sits on these legs. Now in the back here, we already taken them out so we could lower the cage. Therefore we have this gap between the roof line and the actual structure of the cage. That way we could have access and weld all around there, and all the points that will be touching against the roof. It will be impossible to weld this cage when it will be standing all the way against the roof. So you build these step boxes or chassis boxes, chassis legs, whatever you may call them. I'm gonna throw a clip in here, time lapse how actually I was building those, the front ones, so you kind of get the idea. So how this works is, once we weld this on top here, all around, so to speak, a final weld, what we're gonna do is we're gonna raise this back up. I can't raise it with my one hand, it's kind of heavy, but what you do is we raise it, we place it on those step boxes, we put the rear ones back in the car and place the back legs on top of that, and we weld the whole box up to the frame, the side and the bottom, reinforcing everything. So God forbid in a rollover, if the cage, if the roof were to get hit, the cage does not go through the floor. It's actually welded to the actual side of the chassis, giving us that support and preventing the driver from being crushed. So that's an essential safety point of this whole build, which we need to finalize. But as you see, it's definitely a time-consuming job. This is the first time we actually doing this type of job, so it's a learning curve, but so far it's so good. The actual cage or the loops or the bends that we ordered from the cage builder fit pretty nicely. Once I'm probably gonna do a clip where we actually gonna be putting this back up on the legs, so you see how well this cage or the bends align with the roof line is actually pretty nice, because we actually test fitted this before. I don't know if I have a clip on of this before. If I do, I will throw it in here and show you. This way you could see it, that the fit is pretty good. So once we have the top final welds done, we'll raise it. We'll mount the actual bracket for the steering wheel, which needs to be welded as well, because as you see, we have it on a zip tie right now, so it's not really doing anything. So there's a lot of work cut out for us still, but we're making progress. Obviously we'll have to do the door bars as well on that side and this side, as well as the down bars into the chassis legs and the trunk. But nonetheless, I mean, so far, like I said, this project was been on a standby somewhat, so we haven't been working on it for quite some time, but this is what we have accomplished, and I wanted to give you some updates on this cage build. I know some of you ask in the comments how is this progressing, but there it is. I will throw some time-lapse footage that I had compiled through some of the process of welding or tacking all these loops in. If anybody's interested, you could take a look. But with that being said, I will leave you guys here. Enjoy the rest of the footage, and I will update this as we go, hopefully for the next 2 weeks or so. And we are definitely looking to do at least one race with this car towards the end of the season here, so that way we could at least test this out and see how this will work for us for next season. All right, guys, with that being said, enjoy the rest of the footage, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.